What's behind Putin's remark on war with US which nobody would survive? Copyright Sputnik/Mikhail Klimentyev. The 11th of June 2017. Talking on a possible military conflict between Russia and the US, Russian President Vladimir Putin said that no one would survive it. Political scientist Nikita Danyuk discussed the Russian leader's remark with Radio Sputnik. In a series of interviews to renowned film director Oliver Stone, the Russian leader was asked a question if the United States would be dominant in a hot war with Russia. "I think no one would survive such a conflict," Putin said. Putin on allegations of Russia's interference in US election, just stop. Putin added that the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, NATO, is constantly looking for an enemy to justify its existence. However, Putin said that the hope for normalization of the Russia-US relations still exists. The full 4-part documentary by Stone, dubbed The Putin Interviews, will be broadcast by the Showtime television network on June the 12th to the 15th. The documentary has been partially released to date. According to the US media reports, as part of the preparations to the interview, Stone and Putin watched the film Dr. Strangelove or How I Learned to Stop Worrying and Love the Bomb of 1964 by the US filmmaker Stanley Kubrick about a nuclear conflict between the United States and the Soviet Union. The Russian leader said in an interview as cited by the Daily Beast news outlet that Kubrick foresaw some contemporary issues from a technical point of view. However, the idea of a retaliatory weapon had become even more dangerous today with more sophisticated and complex weapons elaborated. Political scientist and the deputy director of the Institute of Strategic Studies and Prognoses Nikita Danyuk told Radio Sputnik that Putin is right as the US and Russia are both nuclear powers. In case of any escalation, a global conflict could emerge. We all clearly understand that the US and Russia are the two superpowers which have nuclear weapons, both strategic and tactical. And in case of any escalation of a conflict, not just a regional war, but a global conflict could surely emerge, which could end with the destruction of humankind. Thus, both states' policies should be responsible, the political scientist said. He added that the US leadership should take into account Putin's words. As for a possible confrontation between the US and Russia, the history shows that crises have repeatedly happened, when we were on the brink of a hot phase of war, but we have always found solutions at the political and diplomatic level. I think the statement of the Russian leader given an impetus to the US counterparts that tensions should be avoided. In this case, it seems to me, such a signal would be understood rightly by our American partners and they would be more responsible in their foreign policy and wouldn't try to redraw the system of international relations, the expert concluded. Russian President Vladimir Putin delivers a speech during a session of the St. Petersburg International Economic Forum, SPIEF, Russia, June 2, 2017. Copyright Reuters/Grigory Duka. SputnikNews.com web link.